last night, as the missiles were raining down in Ukraine from Russia, Kyiv, all over the country, as Russian troops were pouring in from Belarus and in from Crimea and over into the Donetsk and Luhansk, as all of this is happening, Trump goes on Fox News, is interviewed by Laura Ingraham, and says this all happened because of the rigged of the rigged election. I mean, guys, let's just listen. Look.
Probably ever. We were
President
energy
Trump,
independent, and he blew it.
We're just learning that U.S. officials are looking at a potential amphibious landing now in Odessa, Ukraine. Again, a month ago or 3 weeks ago, all the so-called experts were saying that, you know, Putin was probably going to just be content with staying in those separatist regions. But I think given what's unfolded, sadly, with a lot of weakness in the United States, they just decided to go for it.
Right.
I mean,
so Laura tees it up and says Putin probably. So like they were so wrong about the intelligence, these people. We had all the intel and it's like it really looks like they're planning an invasion. They're like, no. And now they're saying, well, we were wrong, but because we didn't think the U.S. would be so weak to cause the invasion. And Trump just tees it. You know, she tees it up and Trump hits it out of the park as far as they're concerned.
it looks like they're going for it. And where does that leave NATO, the NATO alliance?
I think you're exactly right. I think that's what happened. He was going to be satisfied with a peace, and now he sees the weakness and the incompetence and the stupidity of this administration. And as an American, I'm angry about it, and I'm saddened by it. And it all happened because of a rigged election. This would have never happened. And that includes inflation, and that includes millions of people pouring in on a monthly basis, far more than 3 million people. And they're coming from 129 different countries.
Wait a second. So Putin's invading Russia because you falsely believe the election was stolen from you and undocumented immigrants from Latin America are coming to the United States? This is a bizarre foreign policy analysis.
We have no idea what's happening, and they're destroying our country.
President Trump, we actually have, just hold on. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but we have, we're going to the.
Yeah, they're going to something. So moments later, this is just incredible. Moments later, Trump seems to think that Laura Ingraham told him that the U.S. has launched an attack on Ukraine. And Trump's like, you shouldn't have said that. And Laura Ingraham has to say, no. The Russians launched an amphibious attack on Ukraine. Guys, Trump seems to think that the story is the U.S. invaded Ukraine.
Monitor this, continue to monitor his statements. We'll go back to President Trump for a quick reaction. We had a kind of a really pathetic display from the Ukrainian President Zelensky earlier today, President Trump, where he, in Russian, he doesn't like to speak Russian, but in Russian, he was essentially imploring Vladimir Putin not to invade his country. Now we basically have the Ukrainian ambassador to the United Nations looking like a defeated man.
All right, you guys ready for this? Listen to this.
Your final reaction.
Well, I think the whole thing, again, would have never happened. It shouldn't happen. And it's a very sad thing. But you know what's also very dangerous is you told me about the amphibious attack by Americans. You shouldn't be saying that because you and everybody else shouldn't know about it. They should do that secretly, not be doing that through the great Laura Ingraham. They should be doing that secretly.
God.
Nobody should know that, Laura. And, you know,
that was the Russian. Those are the Russian amphibious landing.
I thought you said that. I thought you said that we were sending people in.
No. U.S. officials. She said U.S. officials, are seeing that there's an amphibious attack happening. Imagine being so dazed and clueless that in the midst of Russia invading Ukraine and the U.S. clearly being on the side that Russia is in the wrong, as a former president, you believe that what's happening is the U.S. has launched an amphibious attack and invasion of Ukraine. Guys, we're screwed. We're screwed. Here's one last very strange segment from this interview.
Any Western nation or any nation intervenes with this Russian military action.
Well, this is something that should have never happened. This would not have happened during my administration. In fact, some people were saying, why didn't this take place over the last 4 years during our administration? And it didn't, for a very good reason. And I'll explain that to you someday. But it would.
Well, very soon, the evidence is going to come forward about why this invasion did not take place. One day, Trump will explain why it didn't take place under his watch. Unhinged, global laughingstock. The level of aggression of Putin is matched only by the level of ignorance of Donald Trump at the same time as this invasion is going on. If you're like me, you love documentaries, and you should really check out our sponsor, Curiosity Stream, the only streaming service dedicated to documentaries. Curiosity Stream has a better selection of documentaries than Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon. They always have the newest and most critically acclaimed titles, including a bunch of stuff I can't find anywhere else. I just finished watching Fiddlin'. It's about bluegrass. I know so little about bluegrass. It's pretty fascinating. And I watched a documentary about it, Fiddlin'. I've been using Curiosity Stream for over a year. I always have it going on my TV in the evenings. You really can't run out of the amazing content, constantly adding new stuff. If you want to deep dive into a thought-provoking new topic, they have documentaries. If you just want to unwind and turn your brain off, they have documentaries there as well. Right now, Curiosity Stream is giving my audience 25% off. That comes out to just $14.99 a year. That's just $1.25 a month. Go to curiositystream.com/Pacman. The link is down below.